Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to give you an introduction to project farm use. All right, I'll explain that a little bit later. So this is Zach's truck. It's a 1995 F-350 four-wheel drive 7.3 with a ZF5, four-door, long bed. So this is an XLT truck, power windows, power locks, mirrors. Brent's favorite. So it's a well-optioned truck. The only thing it's really missing is the 40-20-40s inside and the light and convenience group, which has the dual vanity visors and stuff like that. So the creature comforts basically. This is typically your base model XLT. It's a very nice truck. It's pretty straight. At least this side is pretty straight. Obviously the driver's sides are usually much straighter than the passenger sides. But yeah, it's a very nice truck. So this truck here has 115,000 miles on it, and Zach has put on probably 30,000 of those. Now, Zach's father purchased this truck brand new in 1995, and that's awesome. You know, to have your dad's truck that he bought brand new, you know, that says something. So Zach's father isn't with us anymore, sadly, so this truck has a lot of sentimental value to him. So he wants it to be like new. And he had brought this truck back up here probably, I don't know, 6 months to a year ago, something like that. But it was up here and he wanted a preliminary, like, hey, what can we do to make this truck, you know, better? He loves the truck. So he drives this truck a lot more. He has a newer F-350 and he drives this truck more than he drives his newer truck. He loves this truck, and I don't blame him. I mean, it's a great truck. So, you know, the backstory of this truck is pretty sentimental. So he wants to have it all fixed up and wants to basically just put it back to stock. Doesn't really want to do any upgrades. Doesn't want to do anything crazy. However, he wants to do the stuff that's worth doing. So do the rust prevention, do the engine maintenance. I mean, the truck is 25 years old, something like that now. So, you know, do the seals, do the oil rail plugs, do the fuel rail plugs, the stuff that I typically do to a 7.3 when it's outside of the frame and off, you know, the body's off and everything. So we're going to refresh the engine. We're not going to be pulling the heads off. I think we're going to do a new set of injectors just because of the age. The truck hasn't been ran easy. So for the first 85,000 miles of its life, it was a farm truck. His dad used this truck as a tool. It was used, abused, never taken care of other than its maintenance. Hey, it needs an oil change, we'll get it. You know, hey, it blew an alternator, we'll have to change it. But nothing that it, like, hey, you know, I kind of want to upgrade it. You know, never that. The only thing that this truck ever got as an upgrade was these running boards and a sun visor that's not there anymore. So that was it. And a gooseneck, because they needed it. Okay, so this truck was never babied, and Zach still uses it, but he doesn't abuse it. So he wants it repaired. He wants it to look like it did when it rolled off the showroom floor, but without all the problems that come with a 30-year-old truck. So, you know, the truck's really nice. It's pretty straight. It needs some love. We're gonna have to replace some stuff. So I'm gonna walk around this truck with you, show you the outside of it, show you the inside, and kind of give you an idea of what's on the chopping block for project farm use. So we'll start in the front here. You can see that the hood's got some damage here. Not sure what these marks are from, but something has either fallen on it or hit it, whatever. But definitely got some bumps and bruises here on the hood. Bumper has the typical Ford bumper rot, and it looks like somebody got a little frisky with a hammer trying to pound this in or hit something. I'm not real sure. This side looks like maybe a tree, because Zach told me that they had stories of running this truck through the woods, and you know, obviously it's a land yacht, so it's going to hit stuff. So they used it for a farm truck, and it's no longer going to be a farm truck, but it's going to be a used truck. So we have some rust here. The doors are pretty straight on this side, look nice and clean, not too shabby. Now we come back to the bed here. Bed looks pretty good. It's not too bad. I mean, it's not even, I got a little tiny little guy right here, a little bubble. But yeah, that's just all bad. So this is typical for these Ford trucks. They rot out in the back here. So that also doesn't help that, for some reason, Ford guys love to back into things under the taillight and smash the back corner of the bed in. I have yet to figure out why this happens. But the bumper has been destroyed. We have our farm use tag because this is a farm truck here. So, we're going to keep rolling with that. And then you can see that we have some damage here on the bed or the tailgate. Not real sure what did that either. I'm sure he doesn't remember, but not too terrible. Definitely have a dent down here. And then this side of the bed is worse than the other side. It's got a big old dent here and it's smashed up here, and we're rotted out down here obviously. And the side of the bumper is also bent in. So we have some rust starting over here. Zach told me that this, he thinks, was from a tire blowout long ago, and it just mangled up the running board. So we're gonna have to see what we can do about that. This side of the truck, we got some dings and dents in the doors here. See, somebody has gotten into something here. And this fender actually looks pretty decent, except for, this dent and this tiny little dent here, just a little guy. So we're going to probably be buying new fenders for this. I think we're going to run the aftermarket fenders and just get good ones and not cheap out and do junk fenders for the front here, because he is going to be using this truck. So the inside of this truck is actually pretty nice. Has some wear. The carpet is well used and very, very roached. Door panels aren't too terrible. We've got the metal speaker grills here. You can see some water staining on these. So we'll have to see if we can get these cleaned up possibly and make them gray again. But the cab's not too bad. And we have this door panel here. It's a little bit rough. And like I said, the cab isn't horrid, but the sun visor has definitely seen better days. He does want this to be repaired and reinstalled, but we will be using riv nuts, hopefully, instead of, just self-tappers into the roof. So we'll try to do that properly. So seats are a little bit rough. We're going to work on trying to get these recovered by our local guy here. You can see that they're pretty dirty. Hey, it's a farm truck. I mean, this is what you get when you get a farm truck. This is actually a really nice farm truck. Most farm trucks I've seen don't even have a single straight area on them. But, the outside of the truck has definitely been used and abused here. We'll show you the inside over here. So this is the amazing thing here. This door panel is not destroyed. Most of the time, this big panel is just hanging off and this switch plate's missing. And, obviously we have our typical seat destruction here. So we're going to try and get this remedied for him. But yeah, you can see this carpet is just hosed here, but still a good truck here. You can see it's not very high mileage here, 115,000. And we got our lovely ZF5 that people seem to love. I hate it, but hey, it's his truck, it's not mine. So headliner's in need of a recovering. And then this door panel's a little bit beat up. So we're gonna see if we can get these door panels refurbished here. And we've got some parts here for the turbo. So we'll be doing a turbo wheel and up pipes here. So we're gonna be doing a bunch of normal wear and tear stuff. But let's open the hood and check out what's under there. It's nothing crazy, but it's something. So nothing fancy under here. It even still has the factory downpipe on it. The only thing that I know that's been changed recently is the alternator, because it tried to catch on fire when he was driving down the highway the one day. So I know that it's got a new alternator, and it looks like it's got a newer tensioner down there. So pretty well maintained since Zach's had it. And we're just going to be doing the typical normal updates. We'll be changing out that downpipe to something a little bit better. And I know he wants to keep this truck mostly stock, so we'll probably just end up mating it to the factory exhaust system for him, just give them a little bit of more flow. But we'll be doing a set of Rosewoods injectors under here and rebuilding the turbo there in the back, and just doing your normal maintenance stuff on a 7.3, stuff that goes bad all the time. We are going to be putting a new core support in this thing. It doesn't look like it's cracked up at all. However, I know it's rotted out in the bottom. You know, obviously you can tell with the bumper and everything else that's been rotted on this truck, it's definitely going to need changed here. So normal wear and tear that needed to be done, it has been performed on this truck. Nothing super crazy, just whatever it has needed over the course of its life here. So I'll fire this thing up, and you can listen to it run here a little bit and hear what a 100,000 mile 7.3 sounds like. So we're in the truck here, and you know, always got to make sure it's in neutral here. Turn the key on. Gotta love that dinger. We'll hit the key. So fires right up. It's a great truck. It's a little bit loud inside, so we've got to figure out where we're getting all that noise from the floor here. Pretty sure that the boot on the shifter is no good and it's not sealing up like it's proper or supposed to seal up there. But it's a nice idling truck. It started up okay when we started to move it here a little bit earlier today. So starts up good, idles here good, doesn't have the shifter that's shaking back and forth. It idles like a normal 7.3 should. So it's a good running truck. He's driven it daily for a long time. The only thing that we have a real major problem with is water. So we have a lot of water getting inside this truck. So I actually have to tarp this thing back up once we go to park it again here, because when it rains, it turns into a swimming pool in here. So truck runs, starts up good. Didn't have any issues starting it. It moves really nice. The clutch feels good, and the gears feel good. So it's a good running truck, and it sounds really nice too. So that's Project Farm Use. And hopefully we can get this truck squared away for Zach. He is going to use it as a daily driver for the most part. You know, we're going to be replacing the fenders. They'll be new. We're going to get a new hood for it. We have a bed for it. We're going to be repairing the doors and everything like that. So we have a lot to do on this truck. It's going to come completely apart. We're getting the frame sandblasted and cleaned up, refresh the engine, and get this thing all put back together, and hopefully as good as or better than it rolled off the showroom floor or when it rolled off that car carrier. So this is going to be an interesting project for us, and we still do have a lot of other things coming up. So we're going to try and do as much videoing on this truck as possible to show you that, you know, a truck that looks like this, it doesn't look too bad. It's got its cancer issues here. The bed looks pretty bad, lots of dings and dents, you know, farm truck. So, hey, they can all come back. It's just, do you want to put the effort in? So hopefully you guys will follow along in this series of Project Farm Use, and we'll try to cover this thing and show you everything we do, and show you the process, show you the steps, and show you how we do a daily driver here. So Brent's truck's a little bit over that. It's a little bit more of a show truck. This is going to be a little bit, I hate to use the term of less quality, but it'll be not as precise. So we're not going to treat this truck any differently. It's just going to get a different finish, so to speak. We're not shooting for a smooth frame or you know, painted nuts and bolts or little things like that. He wants this truck to still be usable, doesn't want to have to worry about it getting dirty, doesn't want to have to worry about not being able to take it anywhere. So this truck is going to be a nut and bolt, so to speak, restoration, but it's only going to be restored to save it. We're not restoring it to show it. So hopefully you guys will follow along in the series of videos for this truck, and we're going to start blowing this truck apart here pretty soon and try to get it torn down so we can get the frame all cleaned up and get the engine all sorted out and start getting this thing put back together and get it back to Zach, because I know he misses it. He had a hard time leaving. So hopefully you guys can follow along and see what we do with this truck, and we'll try to get it done pretty quick for him and make sure that it's right. I don't care how long it takes. I want it to be right. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the introduction for Project Farm Use, and I hope that you enjoy my videos, and I hope that you will continue to enjoy my videos, because I do put some effort into trying to make them at least half decent. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.